let me set the scene for you. It was 2024. We had just had our second son, which, by the way, was not a walk in the park. He was 6 weeks early, emergency C-sections, all those sorts of things. But things were very hopeful, and I should back up for a second to let you know that prior to this, during my first mat leave, my hubby had had 3 back-to-back knee surgeries. So he was just recovering. He was doing quite well. He was in rehab for his knee and all that kind of stuff. He was looking at kind of like next career, what he was going to do. We're all very hopeful. I was excited for my next mat leave and then to be home with the kids after that as our babies grew. And then one day when Aaron was in rehab for the knee, he was working out and his vision went blurry. And of course he was concerned, but at that point, who knows what it could be. But then it just continued like this, and he was noticing balance stuff. And so we got him, I worked for an ophthalmologist at the time. We got him in there to see an eye specialist. Nothing was wrong. A few other tests, nothing was wrong. And we were starting to get frustrated and panicked because this was his balance, his vision, cognitively, he was noticing things. So finally, one day we took a trip to the emergency room. It was at the emergency room when we were just pressing, because at this point we were scared. Is this a tumor? Like, what could this be? Because it was obviously brain related. And they run a few more tests, and then finally the ER doctor, who seemed very reluctant to give us any information, sat both of us down, and she's like, look, I can't officially diagnose you at this point, but this is what it looks like. It looks like MS. It looks like multiple sclerosis. And I remember her, like it was yesterday, looking at both of us and saying, you both have a very long road ahead of you. A very long road. And she was right. That wasn't the end of kind of the uncertainty. It still took months. His was relatively quick, squeaky wheel and all that kind of stuff. I think it was about within the year that he got the diagnosis and made it official. But that uncertainty and that not knowing is so hard. But the thing I will say is, once we did know, then I could get a researching, and I sure did. So more on that.